Aaron Rodgers catches COVID, and the sports media goes nuclear. Welcome to Hide and Seek Media. Hello, all you beautiful and amazing people. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, Hyde, and this is Hide and Seek Media, where we talk about news, sports, politics, and so much more. In this episode, it's more sports and more politics. This time, all wrapped up into one. Aaron Rodgers catches COVID, and the entire sports media world goes absolutely nuclear. There are people excoriating Aaron Rodgers for not coming out and saying he was unvaccinated and lying to the press by saying he was immunized. Now you got people calling him a national embarrassment, right? They call this person he had the nerve to call Aaron Rodgers a national embarrassment. So we have a lot to get into in this video, and there's going to be some clips I'm going to bring in. We're going to show these so-called sports pundits talking about Aaron Rodgers and going after Aaron because he decided not to get the vaccine because he was allergic to some of the ingredients in 2 of the 3 vaccines. The third one, the one he could take, was taken off the, out of availability, so he couldn't take it or decided not to because of the clotting issues with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So he decided to go another route. All right. And if you watched my other video about this topic, this one right here, then you'll know that Aaron had some good advice, and he talked to a lot of good doctors, and he talked to a lot of people, right? He did a lot of research. And we're going to get into all that, right? Because we're going to get into what some of these people said that is so ignorant. One of these people want to go around calling people ignorant for not wanting to divulge whether they're vaccinated or not, or even go get the vaccine because they don't trust it. They want to call these people ignorant, yet some of the stuff that comes out of that same person's mouth in the same video, okay, in the same argument, in the same monologue that he gives. But we're going to get into all of that, okay, in this video. And we're going to get into Aaron's decision and why ultimately it turned out to be the best decision for him, okay? Whether other people like it or not, it turned out to be the best decision for Aaron, and we'll get into all of that, right? Why it was the best decision, the numbers around what makes it the best decision, okay? Because some of these people really are ignorant and have no business calling other people ignorant for their beliefs. So we're going to get into all that and much more. But before we do, make sure to click the link down below and join my locals community. With your premium subscription of just $2.99 a month, you'll get access to all of my articles, videos, and exclusive content made only for locals. So make sure to click the link down below and join my community today. And remember, you can always support the channel by donating to one of my many crypto wallets listed in the description, or clicking the merch link and picking you out a funny political t-shirt like this one or this one. Make sure to click the link down below and join my community. Now, let's get to Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so the first person who we're going to talk about is Max Kellerman. Right, so this was the video that kind of sparked off my whole interest in the media going after Aaron over this, right? So they go on the Max Key and Jay Will show, or whatever the hell it's called, right? They're sitting there talking about Aaron Rodgers and the vaccine, catching COVID, and how he said he was immunized, right? And they're saying, oh, well, that he was misleading everybody.
Rob Domofsky said on our show yesterday that the Packers are trying to get Rodgers to have Zoom press conferences. Mm-hmm. So it seems to me like Aaron Rodgers before the season wanted the Packers to work on their people skills, the front office, to respect him as a person and solicit his opinions, and certainly don't kick him out of the office when he says, hey, guys, I kind of like this receiver, stuff like that. But, Key, it doesn't seem to me that Rodgers has reciprocated the kind of level of respect that he's looking for them if they know he's not vaccinated. They know what could wind up happening. He obviously wants to keep it under wraps. They're trying to play ball, and they're like, yo, Aaron, could you just wear a mask to the and no, because that would blow his spot. He doesn't want to do it. He put him in a kind of bad situation, didn't he?
Okay, well, first of all, the league knew. The organization knew. His teammates knew. So all of the people that Aaron Rodgers was in contact with on a daily basis in the NFL and for his job knew his vaccination status. So in other words, it was none of your damn business. It was not the sports media world's business to know whether Aaron Rodgers was vaccinated or not. It's nobody's business to know if anybody is vaccinated or not. And there's somebody we're going to get into later on in this video. Well, I got a lot to say about. And one of that, it goes to knowing people's vaccination status or not. And we're, I'm going to get into him. So you guys make sure to stay tuned because that is going to be fiery. Now, let's get back to Max Kellerman, Jay Will, Keyshawn, and their absurd idea that they have the right to know Aaron Rodgers' medical status.
I think part of the reason that we focus so much on there was Kyrie, now there's Aaron Rodgers, and we agree that Kyrie at least was straightforward about it, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't, was the reality is this is a larger societal issue. There's a lot of misinformation around the vaccines. And there's huge, and there was even an anti-vax. I'm not saying everyone who doesn't have it is necessarily anti-vax. Some people are cautious, some people are whatever. Yeah. But there was an anti-vax movement before there was COVID. Yeah. And it was based on low quality information, misinformation. And I think that is still so prevalent that when these issues come up, it serves as like a proxy war for these kind of societal stresses, right?
You don't. That's what this all boils down to, okay? You don't have the right to know my medical status. You don't have the right to know whether I've had COVID or not, whether I've had the vaccine or not. You don't have the right to know whether I've been to the doctor in the last 6 months or not. That's what you guys need to get through your thick heads, okay? You don't have that right. And so that brings me to the next video we want to get to, where Teddy Brewski actually comes out and defends Aaron Rodgers on this very topic, that you don't have the right to know my vaccination status. My body, my choice, body autonomy. You don't get to choose what I put in my body or how I treat my body. Plain and simple.
Throughout the course, after this broke, the whole thing, guys, it was the press conference. Did he mislead people? And then there are the rules that were possibly broken. I want to address the whole press conference thing and Aaron Rodgers' use of the word immunized. I mean, if that's what he believed that he was, then I'm okay with that. I agree with him when he talks about bodily autonomy. I'm okay with that too. I listened to everything he said in that Pat McAfee podcast, okay? And what I got out of that was, it's none of your business.
Yes.
It's none of your business what I do with my body, what I put in my body, how I take care of my body. And you can't tell me what to put in my body. He did all of his research. He talked about the many doctors that he talked about. He has beliefs. Just like the other 6% of the NFL players that chose not to get vaccinated, they have their beliefs too, and we all have to respect that and back up. And everyone that thinks that I need to know if you're vaccinated or not, you shouldn't have to, man. You need to know if I can throw a touchdown pass and I'm going to get that done. That's what I'm talking about here. I have no problem with Aaron Rodgers and the way he handled that because his health is his business.
So Teddy Brewski, right? He goes on to defend Aaron there, but at the same time, he starts harping on the rules, right? The mask rules and all that stuff. And here's where I push back on that, right? If 94% of the league is vaccinated, 94%, then whether Aaron wore a mask or not wasn't going to stop him from catching COVID. And where do you think he caught it from? If 94% of the players in the league are vaccinated and Aaron spends more time around his teammates and the opposing players than any other people in the world right now, then I safe to say Aaron Rodgers caught COVID from a vaccinated person. Well, I can't say that for definite, but it's more than likely. Odds are Aaron Rodgers caught COVID-19 from somebody who is vaccinated.
It's pretty evident I tested positive being around a vaccinated individual. I mean, that's the majority of people I spend time with. There's been dozens of individuals that work at the facility that are vaxxed that have tested positive. So this idea that it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated is just a total lie.
Now, if you watched the Aaron Rodgers interview on the Pat McAfee show, shout out to Pat McAfee. Great show. Love it. One of the best sports shows on YouTube. That's right. I said it here. So if you caught the video, if you caught the interview of Aaron on Pat McAfee, you would know Aaron was following all the safety protocols for COVID-19. He was being tested every single day. From preseason up until he got COVID, 300 tests that man had to take to prove he did not have COVID so that he could go into the building where he worked. After having to sit out in the parking lot every single day and wait for his results while the people who were vaccinated took a test and went on into the building.
I got this big thing too about Aaron and when he mentioned shame, okay? When they're all trying to shame us into not being vaccinated and all that, I understand that. It may feel that way because you have to be separate from other people, or you have to wear a mask from other people. You have to take a test every single day. Then you have to wait in your car before you get your result while all your vaccinated guys can go in there. That whole
But because he didn't take it, you guys are going to excoriate him because he didn't want to tell you his medical information. Because it ain't none of your business. So that leads me into the next person I want to really get into. And the person who really fired me up on this whole video, right? So Stephen A. Smith. Man, I have to say, first and foremost, I enjoy watching some of your stuff on First Take. I really enjoyed you and Skip. It hasn't been the same since. I'm going to say that. And Skip ain't doing no better with Shannon over there. Okay? I enjoy watching some of your stuff, Stephen A., but I've got to say this, man. You are dead wrong about Aaron Rodgers. Your very first comment about Aaron Rodgers' interview was that you called him a national embarrassment.
Break this down to y'all right now. We all know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I'm the brother that coined the phrase "a bad man." I mean, this brother's special, okay? I love Aaron Rodgers. I'm ashamed of him right now. If Aaron Rodgers is watching this interview Friday on Pat McAfee's show, whatever day, I think it was Friday that he did that interview, you came across as a national embarrassment.
Okay. So I don't know if you pay attention to the news. I would assume you do because you've been on CNN and Fox News before. So I'm going to assume that you pay attention. And you mean to tell me that Aaron Rodgers is a national embarrassment? That interview was a national embarrassment, but this isn't. Yeah. No. See, that's the thing. You go on to praise this guy. You go on to praise that man.
Can we all grow up and understand this is about big business? Why do you think the president of the United States is pushing? And of course it's a health crisis. Of course that matters. But the biggest thing is that, excuse me, if you are not vaccinated and you're more susceptible to catching the coronavirus, then inevitably you may not be able to work. And the more people that are subjected to that, the more it will compromise the workplace in the United States of America, which ultimately has a ripple effect on the economy, which is why they're doing these things. That's why Disney, Walmart, and every big business you can find is bringing the hammer down on these matters because it has the ability to compromise big business.
How? That's why they're pushing for all these vaccines. No, that's not why they're pushing for the vaccine. Okay? You need to pull your head out of your woohoo, right? Yeah. You need to pull the wool off of your eyes, man, and pay attention. You said it yourself. You didn't want to take the vaccine. You were hesitant.
I did not want to take the vaccine, Michael Irvin, Molly. I did not want to take it. I have my reservations about it. I hear about I hear all of these different things. You get nervous. You think about things from an historical perspective as it affects the African-American community. You damn right there's hesitancy. But in the end, you ultimately got to think about what's best.
But you did. You did. Which means, in my eyes, no matter how strong of a man you think you are weak. You are weak because you put money in front of your beliefs, in front of your liberty, in front of your freedom. You are now a slave to them. That's it. You capitulated. That's it. They own you now. Forever. They own you. Because all they have to do now is call it a pandemic. It's a health crisis, and you will be scared enough to stick whatever they tell you into your body. Because all they have to do is threaten to take your job away. Threaten to take those millions of dollars that you make away. See, us poor people, we don't have to worry about that. Us middle class who are living paycheck to paycheck, we don't have to worry about that. Right? Because take it. I'll find it another way. I'll find it here. Right? You, Stephen A., are weak. You called Aaron Rodgers a national embarrassment. I call you a national embarrassment for getting up on TV, propping up this crappy ass administration, pushing forth the vaccines onto people like everybody should be taking them, criticizing Aaron Rodgers for his freaking beliefs and the way he handled the situation. And yet you don't have the balls to stand up for yourself. You want to sit up there and say Kyrie's being a man for at least he's saying I'm not going to take the vaccine, or Carson Wentz or Kirk Cousins, they're all doing it the right way because they're not going to take it. Where are you, Stephen? Huh? Where are you, Stephen A? Why did you take it? Why did you capitulate? Huh? Because you're weak. That's why. You're weak. And at the end of the day, you chose millions of dollars over your freedom. over your freedom. Because what Aaron has now is something you'll never have. Natural immunity. See, you will never have natural immunity. You have the vaccine. So your body is going to depend on that vaccine to give it the protein it needs to fight off COVID. Whereas Aaron's body is going to naturally produce them. The study in Israel proves that. At the end of the day, right, Aaron has natural immunity now. So he has the strongest immunity to COVID you can possibly get. The most robust, as he put it in that interview.
I consulted with a now good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, after he got COVID, and I've been doing a lot of the stuff that he recommended in his podcasts and, on the phone to me. And I'm going to have the best immunity possible now based on the 2.5 million person study from Israel that the people who get COVID and recover have the most robust immunity. And I'm thankful for people like Joe stepping up and using their voice. I'm thankful for my medical squad. And I'm thankful for all the love and support I've gotten. But I've been taking monoclonal antibodies, ivermectin, zinc, vitamin C and D, HCQ, and I feel pretty incredible.
On the Max Kellerman J. Will show, whatever, they were talking about suspending Aaron Rodgers because he didn't tell the truth.
If you were the NFL, would you suspend Aaron Rodgers?
If the press conference area is indoors and that rule applies to the press conference area, which to the best of my knowledge it does,
because it's connected to the building,
and he's showing up without a mask, and the team was covering and all that stuff, I would suspend him at least one game. At least one game.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that where we are now? Is that where we are now? Is that the kind of country we are? Where we're going to suspend a professional athlete for at least one game because he said he was immunized and not vaccinated? Seriously? Is that where we are? Is that the kind of weak-minded people we have in sports media today? Because that's all I see. That is all I see. If there's a bunch of weak-minded people who got their egos hurt because Aaron Rodgers played with some words, right? Stephen A. Smith says he deliberately deceived.
Point number 2, you said you didn't lie. Okay, Aaron Rodgers. How about deliberately deceitful? Does that work? Does that work? Because you knew that you didn't take the Pfizer, the Moderna, or the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and you knew in the eyes of the NFL, that was the stipulation under which you were declared vaccinated or unvaccinated. So when you told the media yes, in answering their question, you said yes first, then you said I'm immunized. You gave the impression that you were vaccinated on purpose. So you were deliberately deceitful.
Hey, do you watch CNN much? Did you watch it for the last 4.5 years? Huh? Anytime they talk about Trump, you want to talk about deliberately deceiving somebody? Come on, man. Come on. How about you guys, right? When you frame a story a certain way, like you are right now with Aaron Rodgers, aren't you deliberately deceiving people because there are certain parts of the story that you are leaving out, right? Like Aaron Rodgers following every single protocol.
For the media out there taking shots at me, like, you don't know my story, now you do. So quit lying about me. And personal health decisions, in my opinion, should be private. And they shouldn't have to be like gone through the ringer and over scrutinized by, people who are just pushing their own type of propaganda on the people. And
he says so in that interview, how when he's on away games, he doesn't even leave the freaking hotel. Tests every day, every single day, multiple times a day, obviously. If he took 300 plus tests between the beginning of freaking training camp and now. And you guys are acting like the league didn't know and his team didn't know. They knew. It looks like the media is making this out to be more of a story because they're mad that Aaron Rodgers didn't tell them he was unvaccinated so they could play up the story, right? So they could push the witch hunt a little more because he would be a prominent NFL superstar. The reigning MVP of the league isn't going to get vaccinated. Oh, that's a story, especially when you have headlines from like these coming from the Washington Times, the New York Times, the Atlantic, right? All pushing for the NFL to mandate vaccines or to shame NFL players into getting vaccinated. Why? Ask yourself why.
There are billions upon billions upon billions of dollars that people in America have lost. You cannot ignore all of that and say you want to do what you want to do, but you still want your money so you can pay your bills and sustain or elevate your quality of life. It's like, grow up. Point number 5. I personally am sick and tired of all of these ignorant folks out here acting like it's a private matter. No, your medical history is a private matter. Your medical status is a private matter without the issue of the vaccine. But as it pertains to COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic, you have the ability, according to the scientists, to contaminate other people. You're more susceptible to the virus if you're not vaccinated. Now, does that mean you should have to take it? That's your decision.
Because not everybody needs the vaccine. So quit pushing the vaccines on everybody. Quit making it such a big deal. The sports media made this a big deal. Nobody else. The fans don't give a shit. I'll tell you that right now. As a fan, I don't care that Aaron Rodgers was vaccinated or not. But ask yourself, why is it so important, right? Ask yourself why. Why do they push this vaccine so hard, right? Is it so that we can get back to everything is normal? Is it so that we can, crush the corona pandemic forever? Which is never going to happen, okay? COVID-19 is on the planet to stay. It's never going away. So you might as well get used to living with it. Best thing to do, natural immunity. If you can't do that, get vaccinated. Go talk to your doctor, right? Best thing to do, talk to your doctor. But that's the video, so I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. Smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video and the topic. I love to engage with my viewers, so feel free to fire away. Let me know. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers being vaccinated or not? And does it really matter? I want to know. I want to hear from you guys, so make sure to leave a comment down below. Also, I'm trying to change the URL of my channel from all these funky letters and numbers up here to my channel name. But the only way YouTube's going to let me do that is if I hit 100 subscribers. So what I need from you guys is to hit that share button and share this video to all social media platforms. Get as many people watching this video as you can, because that's the only way I'm going to get to 100 subscribers. I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.